Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is fully MATIC, and I'm back with MATIC Hoops. Today, I will be reviewing the top Western Conference teams going into the final stretch of the 2018-2019 season. Hope you enjoy. Let's get in the paint. Starting off with the number 5 team in the West, the Houston Rockets. They have had very successful seasons recently, and James Harden has had an incredible season this year, posting astronomical numbers. And my question for James and the rest of the Houston Rockets is, can you continue to do this in the playoffs? Can you get over that hump? Right now, they're a playoff team, but can they get over the hump of basically beating the Warriors? It's all about beating the Warriors right now. When Chris Paul went down last year, yes, it was a tragedy for the team. But if James Harden could have had a great game or beat them like he beat them this year with the last second shot, he got to continue to do what he's doing right now in the playoffs, in crunch time. And I don't mean just in the first and second round. I really mean in the Western Conference Championship. Right now, every team is striving to beat the Warriors. And I know, and the Warriors management the Rockets management has said they're structuring their team to try to beat the Warriors. So can you make it happen? Let's see it. Coming in at number 4 in the West, the Portland Trailblazers. Yes, sir. Rip City. They have two of the best guards in the league in Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. They have also added Rodney Hood, but with this team, I don't think Rodney Hood is going to put them over the edge. They have Steph Curry, who can shoot the three. I just feel as if they don't really have a solid big man. They do have Aminu. He's a big man. But when it comes down to crunch time, I don't know if he's going to be able to take over the game, at least in the middle, in the paint, to make a difference. They are a very good regular season team. They recently have beat the Warriors, but in the playoffs, it's a different story, and so we'll see if they can continue. Their last year in the playoffs, they were very disappointing, and if it happens again this year, GMs might be looking towards moving some players or, adding some other players, like I've said, just to put them over that hump. They've always been in contention, but at this point in time, it's not really about being in contention. It's about really competing for a championship. So the real question here with Portland is, do they have it in them to have a better showing in the playoffs than they had last year? And as we know, only time will tell. Up next, the number 3 team in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, the Oklahoma City Thunder have the walking triple-double, Russell Westbrook, and they have PG-13. If you don't know who PG-13 is, it's Paul George. He's been having somewhat of an MVP season. I want to say just because the Thunder aren't in the top running as far as they're not a 1 or 2 in the league as far as their record. That's the only reason why he's not getting 100% consideration for the MVP. But I feel as if, and I know people are noticing his play. Another reason why Paul George's season could be somewhat diluted is because Russell Westbrook continues to average a triple-double. Now it is the 3rd season in a row that he is averaging a triple-double. Regardless if Paul George does get a MVP nod, it's going to be a hard game and series against the Thunder down the season and into the playoffs. I just don't know how you can really compete against people that really go this hard. Russell Westbrook, he goes 1,000% all game. Yes, he might be a volume shooter, but he gets it done, and he's been taking a backseat to Paul George, which is great for the league and great for him, and as you see, it's great for their team. Being number 3 in the West, that's a big feat. Everybody thought Paul George was going to go to LA, but as you see now, it was a great decision for him not to. Finally, the last thing that I do want to say about the Thunder is they do have big man Steven Adams. I feel as if he is kind of the nucleus for this team. Yes, you can say that Russell Westbrook and Paul George do run the team, but without Steven Adams, clogging up the middle, getting rebounds, they wouldn't be the team that they are. And so watch out for them in the playoffs. I'm hating on the Warriors right now, but I really hope for a matchup of the Thunder and the Warriors. I think that would be a great series, but we'll see how everything turns out.
Straightaway three. George takes it away, sends it up the floor to Westbrook.
At number 2 in the West, we have the Denver Nuggets. Now, the Denver Nuggets, they have the Joker, Nikola Jokic, right in the center, doing big things, getting triple doubles, hitting a three, passing it off. He can do everything. They also have Paul Millsap, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and coming off an injury, they have Isaiah Thomas. Now, I don't know if they do have enough to really make a playoff run, but at least as of right now, they have a great squad. They play defense. They can get threes. Now, threes will not only do it against the Warriors or any other team in the league, and that's why I say they do play defense. Unfortunately, their only all-star is Nikola Jokic. But at the same time, with that being said, Jamal Murray is a great player. I did a video on him earlier. He can facilitate your offense and get you points. He can move the ball around. And then Paul Millsap, a veteran in the league, can also do work on the inside and the outside. Again, it will be exciting to see the Nuggets in the playoffs. One thing that I do want to say, I was very disappointed in their most recent game against the Warriors. I thought it was going to be a great game, and it ended up being a complete blowout. The Warriors scored 51 points on them in the first quarter, and so I don't know how that matchup is really going to be, or going deeper into the season and into the playoffs, if they're really going to be able to sustain this. It's a great season for them right now, but always, and the theme of this video and all my other videos is, can you get it done in the playoffs? For the next team, they need no introduction, and I really don't need to talk much about them. It's the Warriors. The one thing that they did have going on this season was the argument between Kevin Durant and Draymond Green. At that point in time, they started to kind of fall back in the rankings, but they now have got it together and they're now number 1 in the West. They don't have the best record in the league, but at least they're number 1 in the West, so it's looking like they'll get that number 1 seed. The Warriors have been a well-oiled machine previous to Kevin Durant getting there and Boogie Cousins. They had Klay Thompson, which is arguably one of the best shooters ever in NBA history, plus Steph Curry. He needs no introduction, along with Kevin Durant. It's almost impossible to think about how you can really stop this team. I love watching them play. I can't say that I don't. I'm going to just sit back, enjoy the rest of the regular season, and see what happens in the playoffs. Fully out.
Competitive game with a variety of solid contributions as Kevin Durant led all scorers with 5 points with 5 trays, as Draymond Green had a 14.
To me, that is a step. Oh, there's the right with him to get a piece of that shot. Livingston got all the way to the Draymond's outlets have been outstanding.
This started in that winning streak. Throw the ball ahead.
Look at the ball hop around nicely. And then find the best shooter in the world.
Points fast break.
Durant. Steph cutting back door. Curry puts it.
With a powerful night, 16 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 points with time.
Alright guys, there you have it. Please leave me a comment for who you think will represent the Eastern Conference and who will represent the Western Conference, along with the winner of the NBA Finals. Hit that bell and subscribe. Until next time, peace.